Hey guys, Colgan here with another Croixleur video. Since I've already done both score attack and endless mode, I thought that for this video I would do story mode. So I'm going to use the exact same 4 weapons as the other 2 videos. The Genesis, the Berserker, the Paladin Sword and the Fulcrum. I'm not going to read out all of this dialogue. There's really no reason to, it's nothing of importance. But I'm not going to skip through it either. I'll go through the dialogue slowly and I'll let you read it out if you really want to. And if you're not interested in the dialogue, just skip ahead. So I'll try not to talk during all of this dialogue. I'll just let you read it out so I don't distract you. Okay, so for those of you that weren't really paying attention, the backstory here is that our character, Lucretia Visconti, is the top student of the Aristocrats Academy of Bazir, and Francesca Storaro, who is Lucretia's childhood friend, now rival, is the top student of the Skelta Knights Academy. Both characters are competing in the Adjuvant Trial, which is basically a competition where the winning academy will control all of the political and military power in the kingdom, as well as protecting the queen. Story is very throwaway, there's really no more to it than that. But if you do want to know more about, I suppose, the characters or a little more in the backstory, just go to the game's website and read up on it. There's only about 1 paragraph for each thing, so there's not much to read. Okay, so if you've noticed the 15-minute timer at the top, that's pretty much just how long you have to beat the story. So you can tell it's not going to be very long video. Story mode, while you have a 15-minute time limit, you can actually beat the story, depending on how quickly you play through it, in 5 to 10 minutes. Which did actually have me really disappointed the first time I played through it. By the time I got to the end, I was just thinking to myself, wait, that's it, it's over already. So here we have two portals. On the left we have A3 floor level 3, and on the right we have A4 floor level 3. Even though I've played through this story a few times now, I still don't understand what the difference is between the two of them, so I'm just gonna go to A4. And another thing that did disappoint me about this game actually, as well as the story being very short, is the fact that you can only use Lucretia. I would have liked to have used Francesca sometimes too, or at least have the option to use her, and her sword, because I really do like what her sword looks like. It's like a modified paladin sword. It's black instead of blue, and it's got a much bigger guard. Unfortunately, we can't use it. Minor gripes about the game, I know. And while I was really disappointed about the short length of the game, kind of got over that very quickly when I started playing score attack and endless mode, because that's where your main enjoyment out of the game is going to come from. I've spent probably close to 15 hours or so in endless and score attack modes so far, and I'm still not bored of them. I'll probably spend another 10 or 15 hours on those two modes. Yeah, we're 5 seconds over limit. You've noticed now at the top that whenever you beat a floor, you get either plus or minus seconds. That's just showing you how fast you're going compared to your current high score going through story mode. It's really nothing to it. It's just basically see if you can beat your personal best. So, you know, it doesn't have any bearing at all on the story. It's just for perfectionists out there. Now these portals at the end of each level have something to show you now if they appear. No, it didn't. We just got the usual. I mean, sometimes when it happens, let's say this one on the left, sometimes that would be floor level 7, and then on the right you might get one that sends you to floor level 8 or 9, and when that happens there's really no reason for you to go to floor 7. I mean, who wouldn't want to just skip up the 2 floors? You get through the story quicker. Once you actually play through score attack and endless mode, the story is very simple, because you're so used to having a lot of enemies on screen that this mode, the story, there's very few enemies on screen and they're no threat at all. So here we have it on the left, B5 floor level 8, on the right, B4 floor level 9. Why would you go to floor 8 when you can skip up to floor 9? No reason to. And I still don't understand what the B4, B5 thing is for. I've played through the story quite a bit and I have no idea what it actually is. There's not much reason to actually go out of your way and collect coins in this mode either, since you're not going for a score. Going out of your way to collect all the coins is kind of pointless. But every time you collect 100 coins, there is a chance that you will get a time bonus, which adds some time back onto the clock. So I'd suggest you collect the coins at the end when all the enemies are dead, because when you beat all the enemies on the floor, the timer stops until you go through a portal. So you can collect your coins then. But don't really go out of your way to collect coins throughout the level. Unless, of course, you don't really care about trying to beat your personal best time and you're using a lot of bombs, then take your time going through, collect all the coins. So we're about halfway through the story now. There's only, I believe, about 23, 24 floors. So there's not much more to go. No, there's actually only 10 weapons in the game. There's 8 swords, 1 morning star, and the dragonelle, which I have no idea what it is. Apparently it's a sword, but it doesn't look like a sword. It looks like such a stupid weapon. I've used it a few times just to get the gold star for it, but as soon as I got the gold star, I haven't touched it since, and I probably never will use it again. It's such a stupid looking weapon. Now, there's actually an achievement for beating the story mode on normal without using any bombs. But when you start getting into the last few floors, trying to beat it without using bombs, you know, it's pretty difficult. I haven't tried it. I probably won't try it because I don't really care about achievements. So again, that's just something out there for all the perfectionists. I think on the next floor, or on one of the next 2 floors, we'll see Francesca again and there'll be some more dialogue for the story. Now, it might be best just to use your specials here to soften them up much easier, but again, no rush unless you're really going for a quick time. No reason to rush through. So my time isn't the best. It's 46 seconds slower than my fastest time, but I'm not trying to rush through it. I'm just taking my time, pacing myself. So we have to help each other on this floor. Try not to attack the same enemies that Francesca is attacking, because your attacks can hit each other and they'll interrupt your attacks. Again, no need to go out of your way and collect coins unless, again, you're using a lot of bombs and you're trying to beat your personal best score. It's probably the hardest floor in the game, just because they spawn in enough enemies to actually trouble both of you. And if you try to attack something that she's attacking, the enemy will completely ignore her and go straight for you. Okay, so now we skip up to floor 21. So we've only got 2 more floors after this, then we're on the last boss. We got our time bonus there from 100 coins. You don't get the time bonus every time you collect 100 coins. Seems to me more or less random whenever you get it. Now I don't know if that's true, but I haven't paid much attention to it. So we got D2 level 22, D3 level 22. Don't know the difference, so I usually just go for the higher number. Only 1 more floor after this, then we're on the last boss, so the story not very long. Now I could have just saved my bomb there, not used it, go for the achievement, but like I said, I don't really care about achievements, so I'm not going to even try and get it. And if you are going to go for the achievement where you don't use any bombs, you're going to be abusing your special attacks. But to do that, you're probably not going to have enough MP to actually dash around the map. So you do have to be careful about using your specials. So we go to D6, last floor, then we have the last boss after this. The reason I usually like to save my bombs, I don't really like to use them during the story until I get to the end. Not only because there's no need or reason to use them since it's pretty easy, but the last boss will die very easily if you use bombs on him. And there's another reason I like to save the bombs too, which you'll see soon enough. We've got 8 minutes. Plenty of time left. 27 seconds behind my fastest. Not too bad, but like I said, I'm not really trying for the best time. Here's the last boss. Now sometimes when you're fighting him you can get lucky and he'll just stand in the middle. And you can just use your specials or bombs on him and he'll die very easily. Other times you'll get very unlucky and you know he'll run around the map attacking, or one time I fought him, he actually just went in the corner and just kept spamming his attacks and I couldn't even get anywhere near him. So I do want to get some bombs, back, and there's a reason for that, which you'll see soon enough. And hopefully I don't get hit anymore. Once again, there is a reason for that. So I accidentally skipped the dialogue there, I didn't mean to. Basically what she said was she just beat basically the boss, and that this should be the end of the trial, so why did this teleport appear? Now, the first time you play through the story mode, this doesn't happen. Once you beat this floor, that's it, that's the end of the story. But every other time you play through the story, once you beat this floor, this teleport will appear. And the reason for that you'll see when I go through. So now we have to fight Fran. She was just basically waiting at the top of the tower to fight us. Now there is an achievement for beating Fran without using any bombs, but since I'm on very low health, I'm not going to do that. So, there you have it. That's it. That's story mode complete. Not a very long game. But if you do fight Francesca at the top of the tower there, and if you lose, you actually get different dialogue where it's Francesca saying it's a good thing that Luke lost, that she's far too innocent to be corrupted by all these political matters. So, that's all for this video, for this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.